because the I stumbled upon the fact like they kind of gave details of something I didn't know when it came to the last movie they made, which was called Alex Cross, which had Tyler Perry in it. Um, they originally had let's see, hold on, let me find if I can find the production timeline. So it was originally the reboot was announced in 2010, and then had Idris Elba as cast as Cross, and then some shit fucking fell through probably because it took forever for them to actually get going, and then Tyler Perry took over the role, um, and then that's when the director guy was hired for it. But interesting enough. I don't know if they even state in here what book that was based on, because it was originally it was called Alex Cross, which I think is one of the books. But I don't know if this one specifies if it's based on one of the books or if it's just based on, the character.
Don't know. Yeah, there was a book called I, Alex Cross that came out in 2009.
Yeah, that's the one that was like stated, but then later on the director said that they didn't base the story on that book. He just wanted it to like know that's like, hey, your character's back in the movies and like be excited about it. And then he's like, nah, that confused people because we're not using that as the reference for the movie, so he changed it to Alex Cross.
Well, yeah, it doesn't make sense because it's not a very like I, Alex Cross is not a statement that you would normally make.
Yeah.
These titles, man.
Yeah, there's some that are.
Along Came a Spider, like you said, first book, fine.
Yep.
Kiss the Girls, all right, fine. Jack and Jill, Cat and Mouse, Pop Goes the Weasel, Roses Are Red. Like, honestly, for a while there, it looks like the titles are halfway decent. And then it just dives into how many times we can just pun the name, it looks like.
Yeah, so the first set of books were all based on nursery rhymes.
Country. Oh, they're... Oh, okay, yeah, Along Came Spider. What is the nursery rhyme for Kiss the Girls? I'm not aware of that one.
Say Georgie Porgy. That's what it says. I don't know. That's what it says. Well, cat and mouse, I think, is literally the term cat and mouse, but I'm pretty sure it's been used in different things. But a lot of these are saying they're like, Along Came a Spider. You can probably guess where that one would have come from. Little Miss Muffet.
I got.
Kiss the Girls, Georgie Porgy, Jack and Jill.
Went Up the Hill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can probably figure that one out. Pop Goes the Weasel is from the nursery and Pop Goes the Weasel.
Roses are red, violets are blue.
Yep.
Oh, violets are blue is literally the next book.
Yep, and that's a poem.
Blind Mice, Big Bad Wolf. Okay, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm digging that. London Bridge, and then Mary Mary. And then for some reason the Wikipedia didn't load the images for the rest of the books.
Yeah, Cross, which is the in 2012 the novel was adapted into the film titled Alex Cross. Okay, so Cross was the Tyler Perry book, or was Tyler Perry movie.
Okay.
Okay.
Double Cross, then Cross Country, Alex Cross's Trial, I, Alex Cross, Crossfire, Kill Alex Cross.
Merry Christmas, Alex Cross. Jesus.
Alex Cross Run, Cross My Heart, Cross the Line, Cross Justice. Now that this feels like it just evolves into old Steven Seagal movies.
Yeah.
People versus Alex Cross
on deadly ground.
Cross.
Under siege.
Crisscross.
Yeah. Where he wears his clothes backwards.
Right. Oh, then Fear No Evil. All right. Triple Cross, Cross Down. Alex Cross Must Die. That's the last book that's listed here.
Yeah. That's the last one listed here as well. Well, we're both reading off Wikipedia, so.
Oh, no, I'm on Amazon.
Oh, you're on Amazon now?
Amazon. I'm on Google.
Oh, okay.
So it probably is just pulling off of Wikipedia. It also says it listed 2023, so that literally might be the actual last book that he wrote.
That's true.
That's funny.
So yeah, I was trying to just see if well, I guess they're not going to base it on. Well, I guess they could. That'd be weird precedent to go on because there is the book called Cross, which is what the Tyler Perry movie is based on, according to this. And in it, I think he's literally chasing after a serial killer. Which, I mean, again, I think he does a lot in his books. Interesting. But like I said, I couldn't find if it listed one of the fucking 32 books in that series that the it's going to be based on, because they, like I said, they did Along Came a Spider with Morgan Freeman. They did Kiss the Girls with Morgan Freeman, and Ashley Judd was in that one too. For some reason, I thought Double Jeopardy was one of his books, but that's just a Ashley Judd movie. I think it's based on a book too, but I thought for some reason, in my brain, I was like, isn't that an Alex Cross movie? But they only made 3 of them, so no, it's not. And going through this list, I can tell you, it's not. But yeah, so anyways, the Aldous Hodge show, just titled Cross, as of right now, according to IMDb, is 9 episodes.
Okay.
Not on there. I don't think it showed. I went away from Rogue Trooper. That was a different one. I don't think it showed. I mean, it has cast listed, and it has episode names, I think. Nope. It has episode titles that are episode 1.2, 1.1. Yeah, so they don't really tell us much on there to even give us an idea of what is it going to be about. In the description on IMDb is TV series based on James Patterson's Alex Cross novels.
And they could do something like what they did with Jack Ryan, which was not based on really any book.
Yeah.
It could just be its own thing.
Yeah, it was like they took like a little bit of idea and they sprinkled in some of the stuff, like, you know, the Kremlin and things like that, but they didn't really base the individual seasons on a particular book.
Yeah.
They just kind of redid his origin in a way. Not like, well, then redo his origin. They just kind of like, well, I guess they did redo his origin.
They did redo his origin because, you know, even back in, because his origin story is literally The Hunt for Red October, where he was just a professor of naval something. I can't remember.
Was it
exactly
analytics, right?
But what?
Wasn't he analytics?
No, he didn't start out because he was literally just like a professor of naval something or other. Former Marine, and then basically just gets when the Red October goes missing, because it's an experimental Soviet sub. He gets kind of like asked his opinion on certain things because he met with the captain of the Red October. So basically, they were just trying to get his opinion on what he thinks that the captain would be doing, and he slowly gets tapped more and more into it before he finally gets asked to, hey, since you kind of know the captain, would you want to go speak with him on the Red October? So he's not even a part of the CIA until late in the book. Okay. That they ask him to join as an analyst. So yeah, so they changed his origin story in the show completely, but it also makes sense because political then, while we do have some, you know, still consider Russia a foe, it's a different political thing now. So you wouldn't want to just adapt The Hunt for October as it was. You have to update. I mean, technologically, you have to update things. I mean, you have more powerful computers and cell phones and blah blah blah. You try and adapt the thing from way back in the day, and you're working with, you know, car phones and, you know, just giant technology.
Briefcase phones and shit
like that. Pagers, maybe, because I believe it was like 1980, late 80s, I think is when. No.
Oh, Joseph.
Was it? What?
Wes Chantham is in it.
Ooh.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was looking at the cast, trying to
No,
figure out
I'm
character
actually
names.
looking up The Hunt for Red October because uh, I want to know when was it released.
So I was trying to look up
84.
characters' names to figure out if I could figure out which book it is.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if it's based on one of the books,
Yeah,
which again, Jack Ryan, loosely based on or based on the character, not really based on any of the stories from the books, other than like
exactly. Yeah.
premise wise, or like tone wise, not premise wise. Reacher, on the other hand, is adapted stories from those books. So I was trying to see if this one is. I was going through the list of actors in it, and Isaiah Musafa is in it. If you don't know
Saw
that
that.
name,
Yep.
that is the guy from Old Spice commercials. The guy's like, I'm riding a horse. Um, there's a lot of other people I know in here. Matthew Lillard, so I probably know who the bad guy is. Um,
Matthew Lillard. He played Shaggy in this.
yeah, he plays Lance.
Lance.
Ryan Eggold is in it, and he has the first and last name, so which means I think he might be a bad guy. But then I saw Wes Chantham, and I was like, why is he in this? But why shouldn't he be in this?
Exactly.
But he plays a character named Donnie, so no last name. Olivia,
Probably watches just for West Chantham,
right? Like
and then just pretend it's the rest of the Expanse.
this is his origin before the ships.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd probably have to look up because IMDb is really bad about showing who's in how many actual episodes. Because majority of this is everyone's listed as one episode. Oh, and by the way, it's not 9 episodes; it's 8 episodes. The reason IMDb says 9 is because they list season 2 having 1 episode so far. But I think that's a placeholder for just the fact that they announced season 2.
Yeah.
But it looks like some of these ones that are in 8 episodes might be recurring characters because they're like Chief Anderson, Shauna Delanker, who I don't know, but I think might be his. I think it's either his sister, because his mom's or grandmother's listed in here too, but she's only in like 1 episode according to this. But again, IMDb is very bad about it before the seasons come out to have all the proper episode counts.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like police people listed. Phineas Carter sounds kind of like a bad person's name.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see.
Like a rich bad person.
Yeah. But I do like Isaiah Musafa's character's name is John Sampson, so I hope he's really strong.
Only if he has long hair.
That's true. And everyone threatens to cut it. Yeah, I'd have to do a little more research and see if I could figure out if one of these characters shows up in one of the books. But Matthew Lillard being in it is pretty rad because he's a good fucking villain.
I'm reading Wes Chantham's kind of biography, and it's I didn't know that he was actually U.S. Navy.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, his first acting gig was just coincidental. Apparently, 3 months before he was set to, I guess, finish his tour, Denzel Washington chose his ship as the place to shoot Antoine Fisher.
Oh.
And he was selected as somebody by the director to portray an authentic military person in the movie.
I like your air quotes, authentic.
Well, because he is authentic. You're literally filming on the ship. And it's just the way it reads here, because it says Chantham was amongst those selected by casting director Robbie Reed. Where was it? While Reed was searching for authentic-looking military personnel for the movie. It's like, all right.
Nailed it.
Nailed it, I guess, yeah. Yeah, that was his first acting gig.
Alrighty. So that was the only thing I had saved. I thought it was funny because I was like, we just talked about books. And I got distracted because I started talking to Taj on the text about anime. And that brought me down a different rabbit hole. And then I saw an article about war. Jesus Christ,
Was it not
Warcraft.
Warcraft? Yeah, I was
I
gonna
was
say
gonna,
Warhammer. No, it's not Warhammer.
no, because an article literally came up about Warhammer 2, the game,
Yeah.
right now, and I was like, it has war in it. What in my brain? But Warcraft being back on Netflix, which by the way, if you haven't watched it, you should watch it because it's a really good movie. Even if you don't
I
play Warcraft, because I never played Warcraft for the most part.
I would watch it. I
You don't have
don't
Netflix,
have
I know,
Netflix, so I can't
but
watch it.
I say
I'd rather
anybody who
watch.
has.
Have you watched Axel F yet?
No,
Because it'd be more interested in seeing how that was.
apparently there's a Happy Gilmore cameo in it, and I don't know if it's Happy Gilmore or like someone from Happy Gilmore.
Is it Stubbs' ghost?
I mean, that's could be because he's now passed away in real life. But I don't know what it is. I just saw an article and I didn't want to click on it because I didn't want to be spoiled.
I know, right?
But I was like, oh, okay. Okay, cool.
I was doing some just ninja avoidance for the boys the last couple days because obviously the new episodes come out on what, Thursday or Friday?
Thursday night, Friday, yeah.
Thursday night, yeah. And I usually watch it Saturday night, and scrolling through Reddit, I would get like the boys subreddit every once in a while, and I'd start reading things. I'd be like, "No, that's a spoiler!" Ha! Just block. Finally, I watched it last night, and I went back to read some of those spoilers, and I'm like, I can't believe some people are like complaining about this. Like, this is dumb. It wasn't even that much of an episode to complain about.
You haven't watched it yet. I usually watch it when Paige is at work, and today is going to be an interesting day if I even. Because I also plan on like playing a lot of Destiny while she was at work because she's off tomorrow, so am I obviously. But like, I didn't get a chance to watch Money in the Bank yesterday because I was waiting for her to get home, and then fucking Peacock won't let you rewind live.
I thought it did.
Yeah, sometimes it does.
Give me the option.
Yeah, like sometimes it does. And then you can't even start from the beginning. Like that wasn't a thing. So I was like, okay, I'll wait. So I waited until it was over, but then they didn't break it up between the pre-show, the main show, and then the press conference.
Oh my god, so if you wanted to watch from the beginning, it was like, yeah, the beginning.
Yeah, so then I was like, all right, well then it gave me the option to rewind finally.
Okay.
So without looking at anything, I just rewound, but it didn't go all the way to the beginning. It went to like I think the introductions of the first match, which would have been fine, but I don't know if it was or not. But it was Drew McIntyre's entrance, so I was like, well, I think this is it because he's in the Money in the Bank match, and the men's match is first. So I was like, it could be it, but then I was like, I also don't know what else happened, so I was like, I'll wait. And they didn't literally, and then once the press conference was over at 9, they didn't give you a replay option for like a good 30 minutes.
Weird.
And I was like, Peacock, you're fucking killing me. And of course, by the time it was available, we needed to go to bed because she had to go to work this morning for a meeting. And I was like, well, we're not going to fucking watch it tonight. And now I can't be on social media because I'm going to get fucking spoilers. Yeah. So I haven't been on social media since fucking 4 o'clock yesterday.
Jesus.
Yeah, or YouTube. Or YouTube, because YouTube, they spoil shit on there almost instantly now.
Well, yeah, if you're in those groups, yeah.
No, so if you, WWE literally will post stuff minutes after a match is over.
Yeah, but if you're watching that, I don't get that stuff because I don't really watch WWE.
And you don't follow WWE.
You follow that stuff. You watch that stuff, so obviously they would post that stuff, and YouTube would present it to you because you're that type of nerd. I'm not.
Just made me mad. I was like, I will fucking, I'm gonna murder somebody.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
So
it is awful when people spoil stuff and they're not even telling you hey, this is a spoiler from the thing that just came out. Like I was saying with the boys, nothing would be hidden. People would just start talking about it and no, stop, don't spoil this.
Yeah. Also, I watched last week's episode. Episode, is that 4 or 5? 4? 5.
I want to say 5 actually because I think they are later in the season right now.
Whatever last week's episode, I watched that one because I saw his article. It said the boys has major character death, and I was like, first off, don't spoil things for me. Then I watched it. Spoiler alert! It wasn't I mean, it was a major death, but like when they say
It
major,
wasn't a
like
major character. No,
yeah,
yeah,
dude, it was like Huey's dad dying, which was fucking horrific to watch everything that happened in that episode.
yeah.
And Simon Pegg did amazing.
Oh yeah.
And so did fucking what's his name, Quaid's kid. But I was like, that article, I don't remember even who had it. So it was probably like fucking Screen Rant or some bullshit. I was like, that wasn't even a major character death.
He hasn't really shown up in at least the whole season.
Yeah, like
really
the most you saw him was the picture on Huey's phone when he called him, and it was his picture of his dad, and that was it. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, bruh, come on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, okay, whatever. It was a great episode. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
But I was like, that was a dumbass article name.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I need to watch that one. I need to watch Money in the Bank. I need to watch Axel F. Because I don't think Paige cares about that. Because she's never, I don't think ever seen a Beverly Hills Cop movie.
Beverly Hills Cop, which is a shame. They're such good movies.
Well, 2 of the 3 are good movies. The third one is.
Yeah, I don't actually know what the third one is.
It's based in a theme park, Joe. And it is not good.
Oh, I actually do now. Now that you mentioned theme park, I do remember a few scenes from it.
Yeah, it's a real bummer. So this is weird too. It came out. Morgan Freeman's 1997 thriller becomes Netflix hit ahead of upcoming reboot. Can you guess what it is?
Alex Cross, is it Kiss the Girls or Along Came a Spider?
It says it's Kiss the Girls. Yeah, because it's the first one. Which is again weird that they did that one versus Along Came a Spider is the first one. But I digress. So if y'all want to watch it, it's on Netflix. Or for Joe, who doesn't have Netflix, you can also watch it on Pluto TV, which is apparently free.
Probably ad supported.
It's also available for US for Paramount Plus subscribers for those who want to stream the movie free of ads. That's what the article says.
Oh, so it's on Paramount Plus. Okay.
Yeah, so if you have Paramount Plus...
So I could watch that because I do have Paramount Plus from somebody.
I think me.
I think you, yeah.
We don't share passwords.
Channel where I only watch Halo?
Yeah. There's other good stuff on Paramount Plus. Actually...
I don't know.
Paramount Plus, or was that Peacock that added a bunch of stuff? Hold on.
I do like that you say that there are other good stuff on Paramount Plus, hinting that Halo is actually good.
I was talking about Kiss the Girls.
Oh, okay, fair.
Mainly because I have not watched season 2 of
Halo.
Halo, because I did not enjoy season 1. So
it does get better. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it does get better.
Other than you can watch SpongeBob, like all you want on there. That is one thing. Evil is a really good show if you like horror movies or horror shows that are procedural, which is a very bizarre way to say that, but
I have meant to at least watch one episode of that because what's his name is the main actor too. I can't
one of them, yeah. Fucking all I can think of his character's name. Well, he was in Halo, show that should have been continued on. He was in Reach. Michael
Coulter.
Yeah, there you go, Mike Coulter. I was like, Jesus. Yeah, Michael Coulter's in that one.
No, Luke Cage.
Luke Cage was it the one I was thinking of, but I was like, no, trying to think of what his actual name is.
That's say Luke Cage, I would know who you're talking about.
Okay, yeah, Mike Coulter's in that one. They just recently added something, or am I thinking of? I might be thinking of Peacock that added some stuff that I wanted to watch. No, why would you start? Oh my god. I hate some of these apps the way they're laid out. Fucking hate it. Why wouldn't you promote, like, your newest movies? Not, like, your popular ones. I get it, popular. But when Mean Girls is on there as one of the top 3 popular movies, you're not really showcasing the fact you're adding new stuff. Other than, like, I mean...
Paramount did the wait, yeah, you're on Paramount.
Yeah.
They did the same thing one time when I went to go watch a wrestling event that you guys were talking about, and I couldn't find it at first because all they were listing is some of their older stuff. I'm like, bro, this is happening live. Why are you just not showing me the live stuff going? I had to go through another menu in order to find it. And I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, Peacock is fucking terrible with that, dude. It's fucking horrendous.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Well, The Last Voyage of the Demeter is on there if you want to watch
that's
that.
such a good movie.
Yeah, so for everybody out there, it's fucking amazing.
Have you watched it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
really
don't
want them to make a sequel to it.
I don't know what this is, but I now want to watch it because it's called Oregon Trail. Not Oregon Trail, Oregon Trail. And it the poster is phenomenal, by the way.
It's the next Alex Cross movie.
It's funny too because there is a character who's black on it on the cover. But a ruthless band of bloodthirsty bandits terrorizes a family on the treacherous Oregon Trail. That time Oregon, not Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
And challenges one woman's will to survive. From 2023. I don't know what this is, but the poster is phenomenal, and it almost looks like that's who's in this movie.
Sounds like something that what's his name would have directed. Hills Have Eyes guy.
Oh, that's funny. Why you don't show me who's in this fucking movie? God damn it, Paramount, you fucking suck. Cause that looks a lot. Is that fucking what's his face? Julia Roberts. Is it Julia Roberts' brother? What's his name?
I have no idea. You're asking the wrong person.
Hold on. Oregon Trail, because it's fucking class. It's a great name.
Cast. Okay, Matthew Zickel, Lucas Jan, Sam Trammell.
Nope, none of those sound familiar.
Nicholas Logan. These are all just the guys. Michael Abbott Jr. Clay
Thomas
Bennett.
Lennon is in it? What the fuck?
Oh, there he is, yeah.
That's not who I thought it was, though.
I don't recognize any of these names. Well, no.
Thomas Lennon.
Olivia Grace. Yeah, and Olivia Grace Applegate sounds familiar from something else.
Alright, well, I don't know who that is in there, but yeah, the name is fucking fantastic. I got distracted, I'm sorry. I don't know what... I mean, other than Last Voyage of the Demeter is a really good one. It's not the one I was thinking of. Maybe I am thinking of Peacock and not Paramount Plus, of having something I really wanted to watch. I did add a bunch of stuff on Peacock that was that I wanted to watch too. Let's see what Peacock had on it. And it crashes, of course. Oh look, I can watch Money to Make now. Thanks a lot. Let's see, where's my stuff? Oh, Monkey Man was added.
Monkey Man.
The one with Dev Patel, produced by.
Yeah, I actually wanted to watch that. Yeah.
So that's on there. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey is on there too. If you haven't watched it yet.
Nah, I'm good.
It's so fucking bad.
It just looked dumb.
Yeah, it's funny too because like it's super low budget in like the worst way possible because they make these characters, right, which are horrific, but they don't have proper animatronics. I think it's literally just someone trying to speak with them. So when they talk or make sounds, it like doesn't move any remotely natural. Because I don't think they made prosthetics. I think they made masks. And it's real fucking terrible.
Someone made a game called Oregon Trail.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail, yeah, not Oregon.
And it's a retro zombie survival game.
Hell yeah, dude. I mean, it's a great title because like Oregon Trail is like you could be anything, but then if you say it fast enough, you know.
Parts of this look like the old school Oregon Trail.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And then parts of it look like just a classic like NES style game like Ghostbusters.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That is so weird. Anyway, it's on Steam.
And if you guys want to watch Terrifier 1 and 2, they're on Peacock right now, by the way.
Oh, man. So wanted to watch that.
You should. They're fantastically gory. For the
first one, I love fantastically gory movies.
The first one will in either one of them. So I'm not gonna say like they're fucking masterpieces, but for like that like slasher horror movies, they are fantastic. The first one is very tame compared to the second one, which is funny, because like it's pretty horrific for the most part. But like the second one jumps the horrificness to like 10 times the level. And apparently, according to the actor David Thornton, who plays the titular character Terrifier, Art the Clown is really what it is, but everyone like that was his name was Terrifier, like it was Terrifier as the thing that everyone knew. But Art the Clown said there was a scene in the third one that almost made him throw up.
Yeah, you know me, I'd love to see that.
And it's funny too because when we saw, I think I talked about this before. People were saying like people were like passing out and throwing up during the second one when it was in theaters and stuff, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be fucking awesome. Not even like I was like, what made you so sick?
Throwing up too.
Like I'm not passing out. I'm not throwing. I'm not even on the verge of either one of those. Now the one part that probably makes me a sociopath is the one of the parts I think is the part that everyone got really like violently ill at. Is Art is filleting a teenager, and her mom comes in and is like obviously like kind of distraught, and then the jump scare of it is the girl wakes up while she's like splayed open, but it's because Art pours salt on her open leg.
Yeah,
and she has no like her face has been removed and stuff. It's pretty fucking horrific, but I laughed a lot. Is the part that I was getting at. Which I probably shouldn't have laughed at, but
no, I could have guessed that you would have laughed at that.
Yeah, the other part I laughed at too is when he shoves mashed potatoes into the face hole of the mom of the main character after he blew her face out the back of her head with a shotgun. Set her up in the kitchen at the kitchen table, and then made dinner, and then when the sun comes down. Art comes out of the kitchen wearing an apron, holding a big thing of mashed potatoes, and takes a spoonful and just shoves it in her face and keeps slamming more and more mashed potatoes into the corpse. It's fantastic.
I'm sure it is.
A penis gets lopped off. You don't see it, but you hear it.
You hear the penis get lopped off.
Yeah, because apparently that's like too much.
I mean. People in America are very prudish about nudity. Do all the gore you want. No one cares about violence.
Yep.
But nudity.
No. Hell
that's
no.
wrong. That's not Puritan.
Not Puritan. There are a ton of good movies to watch on Peacock. Like Monkey Man's on there. Terrifier 1 and 2, obviously. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent is on there. Ted 1 and 2. Cocaine Bear. I still need to watch Night Swim to see if it's actually any good. But like Violent Night is on there. Both versions of Megan. Neither one are probably good, but they're both on there if you want to watch them.
2 versions of Megan?
They did it.
What, a director's cut?
They did an unrated version, which just added like 11 more minutes or some shit into it. But the movie's not fucking good, and I can't imagine 11 minutes fixes that. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong, and 11 minutes does fix all the glaring plot holes that are in that, which I hate the term plot holes, but that movie is literally somehow held together by plot holes. The original Piranha's on there. That's good. What the fuck is Two-Headed Shark Attack?
Sounds like double the trouble.
Yeah. It's a great poster, by the way. Annihilation is on there.
Great movie if you want to be confused and horrified.
Yep. Road to Perdition. You watch fucking Jude Law get his face all blasted by a pellet shotgun. Spoiler
Never watched
alert.
it.
What? Really?
Never seen Road to Perdition.
Yeah, dude. Tom Hanks plays a bad guy, technically. Technically. Anyways, there's a bunch on there you can watch. There's a bunch of fucking... Because you watched Terrifier 2. Terrifier 1's on here. Hatchet. Abraham Lincoln versus Zombies.
The only thing I'd ever want to know about Terrifier...
Yes?
...is how do those movies end? Like, is he banished? Is he...
No, so...
Does he just walk away?
So, no, so... spoilers, I guess. I'll just say that because it is going to be spoilers. So the first one, you don't get much of anything. So his very first appearance is in an anthology film called All Hallows Eve, and at that point, I don't think he even had a name in that.
I don't believe he did because I remember you talking
Yeah,
about
I think
that.
he got his name in the second one, but and I don't even know if they truly gave him a name in that one. Anyways, doesn't matter. So in the first movie, he has this thing where he doesn't really like. He doesn't kill just like he doesn't just go out through slashing. Like it's kind of like in a way, sort of like Michael Myers, where like he's fixated on like one person,
Mm-hmm.
but he also, unlike Michael Myers, well, sort of like Michael Myers, kills a lot of people like in the path to that person.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like so far in the first one, there's no real reason why he goes after this one person,
Mm-hmm.
but he fixates on them and then murders everybody around them and then traps her in a fucking shut down apartment build or office building, school building, whatever it is, that's getting ready for be fumigated or some shit like that. And so she gets locked in there. He's basically tracking her down, murdering everything in the way. There's some pretty violent murders and shit in there, including one where he literally splits a girl in half. Who's again, for some reason, you can have a naked lady and it's fine, but you can't have naked dudes who get their penises cut off. But again, I can't say why that is a thing. Anyways, so he splits her from tail to tip, if you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
in a pretty horrific way. By the end of it, he does get bested. He gets killed, technically, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, he's basically resurrected. He wakes up in the morgue, in the coroner's office, actually, not even the morgue, in the coroner's office. And he kills his way out of there. Then goes to a laundromat to clean his clothes because he was covered in blood. And that's just unseen. And then, spoiler for the end of the second one, he's also killed. He's decapitated because, like, well, he doesn't seem to die very easily. But again, spoiler for the end of the second one, and your reason, well, if he got killed and beheaded the first time or the second movie, how does he come back, Cody? Well, his head is reborn out of a former victim from the first movie who reprises her role in the second movie, and she gives birth to his head, decapitated head, in this at the end in the end credit scene of the second
What
one.
the fuck?
Yeah, it's really hard to explain because like there's this like in the first movie there's no real story other than he's just like this.
It's an anthology, yeah.
Well, no, not the anthology one. I'm talking about the
Oh,
first
you mean
movie,
the
Terrifier.
first actual? Oh, okay.
There's like very little story other than the fact that he's like this killer clown who's like basically going after people. When they came to the second one, they basically introduced some characters, and one of them, the characters introduced are characters linked to someone who dies in the first movie, as well as the girl who has no face because it got peeled off in the first one, or burnt by acid. What was the first one? I can't remember. Anyway, she's deformed and fucking a maniac and ends up killing a lady on TV, and getting put into an insane asylum where then she gives birth to Art's head at the end of the movie. But the story of the second one is basically setting up the fact that it's like good versus evil, and like Art is like the like a spawn of Satan, essentially. And then like the girl that's in the titular character of the first and the second movie, she's like got divine like vision and
Providence?
powers from like I guess God or whatever. And it's hard. Like her dad wrote this, like designed this thing that she basically makes a costume out of for Halloween, and like it's so hard to explain. It makes no sense.
It's
but
fine.
like
You don't have to explain the whole movie. I literally just wanted to know: does he get bested at the end, or does he just walk off, like, kill his fixation, and then the next movie is literally just his next fixation? That's all I was really wondering.
yeah, so he basically gets bested, but like no one really like, but he does come back in like
Yeah.
in ways.
Yeah.
And like he like there's definitely setting stuff up, and the third one is a Christmas movie, so that's fun. But yeah, it's I mean, they're basically trying to put some kind of plot into like something that basically just
It didn't
doesn't
have
really,
a plot to begin with. Yeah.
didn't really have one. It was just like he wanted to make a slasher movie because of the popularity of the character from the one
anthology.
the one segment of the anthology movie. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it's if you like slasher movies that are extremely violent and gory, Terrifier's for you for sure. I know that's not Joe. Joe does not fall into that camp.
I did not fall into that category. I like ghost stuff. I like horror stuff. I don't like slasher.
Yeah, this
I
one's
I will be okay with some slasher stuff. Friday the 13th is probably not Friday the 13th. Nightmare on Elm Street is probably the limit. Like I would watch those things, but once you start going beyond that,
nah.
I'm good.
Yeah, it's definitely the latter of that situation. There's a lot of violence in that movie.
Yeah.
Ex Machina's VFX team following one rule when creating Ava. What the fuck is this? Like Ex Machina, the movie Ex Machina, like that movie that came out like in. It is definitely about that. That's weird. I gotta read that article later. There was something else that I was gonna bring up, and I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what it was now. I don't see it in my. Let's go back to my history and see if I can spot it again. Otherwise, that'll basically be where we wrap it up.
Yeah, because I can't think of anything else.
Ninja Scroll. Nope, it was not on here. I mean, other than the fact that Duncan Jones' new movie is an animated movie based on a British comic book by Dave Gibbons, the artist from Watchmen.
Oh, okay.
But it is gonna be. I guess I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently it's the first feature-length film made in Unreal Engine 5.
I mean, that's probably true because Unreal Engine 5 just came out authentically probably just came out last year, meaning that it probably came out 2 years ago, but people were still playing around with it and trying to figure things out. You do have a lot of the set stuff from The Mandalorian and whatnot. It was done in Unreal Engine 5, but like a full-on movie, I don't think it's been like an actual movie. Like there have been shorts, I'm sure, that people have made.
Yeah, well, in cinematic, cinematics from Fortnite were made in that. A lot of other games are using
an actual
that. But
movie, no.
Yeah, so
I don't think there has been nothing that that I'm aware of.
So yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting. But yeah, it's got a hell of a cast in it. If you didn't read the IMDb, but Haley Atwell is a voice in it. I mean, it's got a bunch of people in it. I'm not even gonna go through the whole list because it's fucking large as shit. But basic story is the main character whose name is 19. He's a super soldier who is the last surviving member of an invasion force, and he basically is on a revenge mission to find the traitor who was a traitor and got his entire group killed. And you're like, well, that seems like a very weird thing to have a lot of cast members in. But 3 of his fellow troops their consciousness are in his gun, his hat, and his rucksack, if I'm not mistaken. And so he hears their voices. I think other people can hear him too, but maybe I think it's just him that can hear them. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know who plays who. I didn't look it up yet. But yeah, oh, here it is. Rogue Trooper. It tells the story of 19, a genetic infantryman who finds himself the sole survivor of an invasion force, desperate to track down the traitor who sold him and his comrades out. The super soldier is accompanied by 3 killed-in-action squad mates whose personalities have been stored in his gun, helmet, and rucksack. I was right. So yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's based on a comic from 2000 AD, which is also the home of Dread and heavy metal, amongst other things. Nice. But it was by artist Dave Gibbons, who's known for Watchmen and Kingsman. And then a guy named Jerry Finley Day, who wrote a story called Dan Dare, which I think is also a 2000 AD story, but I think it might not be. It might be a different one. But anyhow, Duncan Jones, the guy, not only is he the son of David Bowie, but also makes ridiculous sci-fi movies, including Moon, Warcraft, which is what led me to finding this one, because he directed and co-wrote that.
Moon was the one with what's his name? That was a
Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell. Yeah.
Moon, and then he also
Moon.
did Source Code with Jake Gyllenhaal. That's the one where it's like it's sort of like a time travel movie, but like when you watch it, you find out it's not a time travel movie, but it is a time travel movie.
Was not.
And then he did Mute. I don't know if you ever watched Mute. It was a Netflix movie with Paul Rudd was in it, Alexander Skarsgård, a bunch of other people. It was a fun movie too.
I don't think I did.
It was very cyberpunky.
Nope.
But yeah, so. But yeah, I think that's everything I had.
That's all I got.
Okay, well, that's it for this week's episode. As usual, I thought I saw something, but that was an article I just wanted to read.
I
But yeah,
forgot my name for a second.
No.
That's the other guy.
no, I was like, that has been this week's episode of Comes Naturally. We have been,
Joe.
I have been Cody, and as usual, you fuckers just came naturally.